Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have this Samsung NX100. This is the earliest version of the Samsung mirrorless camera back in like the year 2012, 13 and all these things. So yep, this is one of the first generation Samsung mirrorless. So at the back here, it kind of look like the Leica series and all, like those like a modern design with the button. I really love how Samsung designed the layout, everything at the back is so nice and all these things. It's such an amazing for this camera and all. So the design quality at the back is nice. I love it. Then this camera and all is using SD card, which looks something like this. So it's very easy to get this SD card in the market and all these things. So then for the battery wise, this Samsung is using this BP1310 battery, and to charge this battery up the camera, so you need to have this charger. So this charger is using a BC1310. As you can see here, this is the model number. In case you lose the charger, here is it. You can take the model number down. Alright, so to charge the battery for the camera, you just make sure that this go pin and this go pin aligns. You put it in, then you make sure that it's tight. So make sure you press down everything. You hear a tap sound, the light here will glow red. So red, it means it's still charging. Then once it turns green, you can take it out, the battery, and you're good to go. So this is the like that, how you place it in. Simple. The word Samsung align, put it in, press it down, close the flap back, and to turn on the camera, it's simple. You just slide this button to the right. There'll be a blue light here, and there'll be a date to prompt. And this ring is for you to adjust between, like to select the dates and everything. Just press OK to go through them. Then for you, you can just adjust it up here. If you don't adjust, you can press menu. So once you feel that everything is aligned already up, so over here they got various kind of modes like program mode, aperture priority, shutter priority, manual. Then there is this landscape information mode. So it's basically like to tell you like what kind of like scenery is best suited for it. Then there's also like scenery mode where you can adjust the scenery, video mode as well. So this video maximum you can take up is to be like about I think it's like I remember you only can take maximum about like 40 minutes straight or something. Then there is a smart auto. Normally if you have full access to the camera, you go for program mode. So attached to this camera is this 16mm 2.4 aperture. So this is actually the wide angle lens of Samsung. It's quite hard to find now already. Then it comes with this smart lens function. So basically what it does is basically if you press this and you observe here, this right here is you know, the exposure. This is the thing. If I press it, I can switch between this is the EV means the exposure value, whether I want to set it high or low, and I use the ring to rotate it around. So if I press this thing again, it jump to ISO, so I can adjust the ISO settings with the ring, everything. Then if you press on the lens, the I button again, you can adjust the white balance, everything. So basically this lens and not connected to the camera, you can adjust a shortcut through exposure value, ISO and white balance. So this camera is pretty amazing. So white balance, they have many kinds of mode, everything. It can change the tungsten color. How cool is this? It's really amazing. They have the good design and they have a smart lens function. Wow, this camera is really good, I would say. So for example, if you really want to set at the value that you want, you just press OK button to select. Same goes with if you are adjusting between ISO, exposure, everything, you just have to press the OK button here on the camera to set the settings that you want. So for this camera here, other than the mode, this is to zoom in. So but basically the zoom is only works for the pictures that you have taken, because yeah. So if you zoom in, then you can just press this button to rotate around. That's how it works. So to take a photo is simple. You just press this button here. Then to play back, you just press this button. Then you can use this button here to zoom in and all these things. Yeah, but it's just zooming in the photos. And then press something like this to zoom in. Yeah, correct. You have to press this AEL and you just have to zoom it in. Press and just zoom in. Press and you just zoom in. Yeah, so it's a bit complicated. Yeah, not very sensitive, I would say. But you can try on your own and all. But don't waste time. I will just go onto the shooting mode. The walkthrough mode is the most important thing. So here is the time. This is a date. Over here is basically what kind of mode that you selected on the dial here. If you go for manual mode here, replace it with M. Basically this number here 40 and all this is the shutter speed. So it's 1 per 40 seconds. Then over here is the aperture value. This is the exposure compensation, the exposure value. This is like how many shots you have left. So like 33 more shots and then the battery life. So other than that, you can press the shortcut key here to measure the exposure. Then you can use a ring here to adjust around. There's a shortcut key for that. AEL auto lock. Then here you can select between these are the ISO function on the dial here. You can use the ring to move around. You press FN. You can see the quality of the image. You can look through this. If you press the FN button here, you can adjust between like the this is like how many megapixel everything. You press the up button, they can select. This is for the image size. This is the color related. You can adjust the color wizard in this camera. Then you got many kinds of color, everything. Just have to press the button up here. You can select between 2 megapixel, everything. So do note that if you go down to lower megapixel, you can store more photos compared to the high one. Then simple, you just press OK to select. And this raw, all these things is basically the image size. Raw, all these things you can adjust through here. Yeah, so you can see the blue color button over here. This is basically the autofocus area, then smart range, then you got the color wizard. Color wizard is where you can actually adjust the color tone of the thing. You can adjust like standard, vivid, portrait mode, landscape, how the color that you wanted it to be. Retro, cool, calm, classic, custom 1, custom 2. You can adjust all these. So for example, custom 1, custom 2, you can just press the button here. You can adjust the color, everything. You just use the meter to move around. You can press a bit more. You want it more orangey, so you just use the button here to press to go around. But do note that you tend to rotate the ring around. Yeah, so it's a bit annoying. So just take note about that. The ring can be a bit not sensitive for this camera, but yeah, you can try it out around. Then if you go to the menu setting, you can adjust many of the settings. Just go back right and back left. Sensor cleaning, quick view format, ISO, bracketing, autofocus area, photo size, everything. So these are all the settings that they have in the camera itself. Yeah, but do note that it's no bottom page for this. There's a lot of settings that you can play around with this camera. So it's pretty good, pretty amazing. Sensor cleaning and all, it's quite good. So overall, this camera is pretty, I would say pretty amazing lah. Basically for Samsung, the design. Other than that, like the touch, this ring and all, sometimes can be oversensitive, can be undersensitive. There's a downside of this camera. This camera is a bit heavy, slightly a bit more because of depending on kind of lens that you use and all. Yeah, so basically, but one thing good about this camera is the battery life. It's very strong. It really can last me a lot of shots for this camera. So I really like the battery life for this. So if the, let's say for example, if you don't feel that there's no sensitivity here, you can press it harder onto the area. You know, so that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. And I'll see you soon. Bye.